What's good? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the boxing clinic. Yesterday, we did a live stream with the brothers. Don't forget to go follow the brother Trey X. We're gonna get him doing some videos as well. He got a good boxing mind. He from Texas. Black Horseman Promotions. Shout out to him. We're gonna do some gonna promote him. You go follow him. Subscribe to him on YouTube and on Facebook. The same name. Colossal Boxing Talk. You got a taste of the homie. We used to work together, and he's still doing big things. He almost to 1,000 subscribers. Please, go subscribe to those 3 channels. Go follow the homie Corey, ILBTA on Facebook. The homie Amoni Brown on YouTube, and the Cali Enigma came in at the end last night. So there's some good boxing channels, good boxing pages to chop it up with, and we touched on that while I'm bringing this up. Touched on this that Adrien Broner, Jesse Barclays card did about 14,000. I think the Barclays Center hold about 16,000. And Salucky and Jacobs, the Brooklyn native with Jarrell Miller on the undercard, only did 7,892 in attendance. Eddie Hearn is trying to front like that was a good number. That wasn't. You had 3 stars of the fight the week before, which I was at, and it was really packed out. Javante Tate Davis put a lot of numbers, and obviously Adrien Broner get love wherever he go. I don't think Jamal Charlo was his biggest factor on his card because he was a late put in, and obviously he from Texas. He ain't from the kind of East Coast region like Broner and kind of Tank is. They packed the house out. Girls was dressed good, and the girls was dressed good. Trust me, ain't nothing like a Brooklyn girl in my Charles Hamilton voice. Everybody was, in there. They had a lot of East Coast fighters on there. Dial Price, he was fighting on that card. He had a lot of supporters that had their little headbands on. He from Jersey. Nice little smaller weight class fighter. Shout out to Dylan. And, they did it right. They really did. Not Katie Holmes, but Heather Hardy, Brooklyn girl, she was on the card. And, obviously, Eddie Hearn got a lot to learn about, promoting cars in the United States. You can't keep doing, Danny Jacobs on there with how can you say it, showcase fights. Even though Salucky was more than a showcase fighter, but this is, a fight for Danny Jacobs to look good and dominate and get the knockout. And he pressed that way. He didn't get it. A lot of people say, well, Broner and Tank are, a little bit more known. Tank got Under Armour behind him and Baltimore behind him. But I'm saying, you're a Brooklyn native. And if Brooklyn supports their own, why didn't they support Danny Jacobs since he got this big backing behind HBO and Matchroom? You could say, the card was better top to bottom. It had a heavyweight Miller. He from Brooklyn. You had Danny Jacobs from Brooklyn. You had Katie Taylor, I think she's from Ireland. You had all these people on this card. You telling me a Brooklyn native couldn't get to what Adrien Broner, got, a guy with 3 L's? Danny Jacobs been in this boxing game longer than Adrien Broner. You feel me? He been in this game, he probably 10 years, almost 10 years Tank Senior. You know what I'm saying? And in the King of Brooklyn, you had Jamal Charlo come in there and get a knockout and this and that. And people say, well, Salucky beat Centennial Jr. Yeah, he did. But Danny Jacobs didn't do to 154 pounds Salucky what he meant to do to him. And he left a lot to be desired for a guy that's not getting the home support like he should be. And it was tickets there for as low as $18. I got my ticket late at the Broner card. My shit was still $110. It was tickets there for $18, bro, just to fill out the place. He's a Brooklyn native, and he's not pulling the numbers that he should be pulling in Brooklyn. And that shows you, no matter if you got HBO or Eddie Hearn behind you, if they don't know how to promote you and put you, in a position to be successful with a good card and a good opponent, even your hometown not going to be fucking with you. You feel me? So, it ain't no surprise to me. It is what it is. And Jesse Vargas ain't one of the biggest names in boxing either. Broner just is a better showman. And Tank just got more juice than, Danny on the East Coast. I'm sorry. Tank got Under Armour behind him. I'm telling you, he had the whole lower bowl. And Danny Jacobs need to reevaluate, what Eddie Hearn and what position he pushing him in. Now, if he happy with just touching the M and touching M's and not really getting the credit and the juice and not going to get the accolades on the back end of his career, he could be happy just being a guy that's touching a million and fighting, solid opponents and little-known opponents that's tough. If you're going to fight tough fights like Salucky, you might as well step up and fight the Jamal Charlos of the world and this and that, and those guys of the world, the Andras of the world. He even talked about he may fight Shevchenko, who he shares he shares a corner man with Andre Rozier. So, you know, maybe he's starting to realize, like, you know, these Luis Arias fights and these Slucky fights, you know, even my hometown don't even want to come see me no more, you know. You know, they not buying the tickets. They not even, you know, giving me to 10,000 people in the arena. So, you know, like I said, he need to, you know, reevaluate, you know, Eddie Hearn doing a little bit, make an adjustment. Eddie Hearn is finding American boxing scene is not the UK. We won't buy any old little bullshit. Even Brooklyn, you know, who's was as black as possible, is not gonna support any bullshit on a Saturday night. They gonna go do what, take their money and go use it in more exciting and more pleasing ways, in my opinion. But you know, Eddie Hearn gonna find the hard way. He talking about he got a big announcement in the week of May 2nd. He coming back with a big announcement. You know, in the UK, y'all definitions are different. You know, defining what a big announcement is for y'all over here, it's minor, it's lightweight. You know, we talking about some massive shit. You know, when you say massive, it be light and petty shit, like signing Miller or signing Dominic Brazil, perhaps. We don't believe that small shit he talking about. A massive deal for him. It's probably gonna be Joshua and Miller. You know, nobody give a fuck about that. But it's TBC and more. Y'all know what it is. On to the next. We gone.